Matt Groening's hit animated sitcom The Simpsons has delivered countless anarchic storylines since its first episode nearly 25 years ago. On numerous occasions, it has even eerily predicted future events. From terrorist attacks to presidential elections and corruption cases, fans of the show have observed these predictive powers for a long time. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the writers behind The Simpsons are truly prophetic. But how could the show's writers predict these occasions? Could it be evidence of conspiracies involving the creative industry? Has The Simpsons predicted the future? In a 1997 episode, New York City Against Homer, The Simpsons take a trip to New York using a super cheap bus fare of $9. However, the brochure that Lisa holds up spells out 9/11, with the Twin Towers said to represent the 11. Some conspiracy theorists claim that the episode was a prediction or warning about the 9/11 terrorist attacks that happened 4 years later. Bill Oakley, the executive producer of The Simpsons at the time the episode was released, said it was merely coincidence. He said, $9 was picked as it was a comically cheap fare. I signed off on the design, it's pretty self-explanatory, and I will grant that it is eerie. In an episode that aired more than 16 years ago, titled Bart to the Future, we learn that the US ludicrously elected Donald Trump as its president. He left behind a broken country in a state of decay, and Lisa Simpson is elected as the next president, tasked with saving the country. On May 3rd, 2016, the Indiana state primary confirmed Donald Trump's place as the frontrunner to win the Republican nomination for the presidential election. The possibility of President Trump is suddenly scarily real. YouTube user The Controversy 7 says he believes the writers of The Simpsons must have had some type of insider knowledge. However, a possible future Trump presidency, according to the episode's writer Dan Guarini, just seemed like the logical last stop before hitting rock bottom. It was pitched because it was consistent with the vision of America going insane. He also told The Hollywood Reporter, The Simpsons has always kind of embraced the over-the-top side of American culture, and Trump is just the fulfillment of that. This therefore implies that it is just a strange coincidence, rather than a warning to America from The Simpsons creators. It's not just tragic events and presidential candidates that The Simpsons has allegedly predicted, but the FIFA corruption scandal too. In episode 546, broadcast in 2014, a FIFA official is arrested by American authorities for corruption. A year later in real life, 14 people were indicted by the FBI in connection with a FIFA corruption investigation. The scandal resulted in the resignation of Sepp Blatter, the long-standing president of FIFA, in June 2015. But fans that like to claim that this is another example of The Simpsons' predictive powers perhaps forget that rumours of corruption in FIFA had circulated for years beforehand. It takes up to 9 months to make each episode from start to finish, so even when it was first written, this prophetic episode came nearly 2 years after the first public allegations were made against FIFA officials. Since its debut on December 17, 1989, this series has broadcast a substantial amount of episodes that have spookily predicted future events. Creators of the show say that it is simply a fluke. They don't have special powers or insider knowledge. Tim Long, one of the writers, said, "We're going to just mistakenly predict everything, really. Plus, the show has never been more available and accessible, so if people want to read in